who was kind but could not hear or speak, had 3 older brothers: Simon the warrior, Taras the merchant, and Ivan the fool, who only knew how to do farming. Her father grew old and left his property to Melania and her brothers. Big brother Simon and second brother Taras left the house. The big brother married a lord's daughter, and the second brother married a merchant's daughter, while Melania and her third brother lived with her father. Meanwhile, in the basement of the house where Melania lived, there was an old, ill-tempered devil who could not stand others' well-being and prosperity. The devil was unhappy with how the brothers got along so well and didn't fight against one another. So one day, it summoned and ordered its subordinates, 3 small devils, to make mischief among the brothers. The first devil made Simon start a war against the neighboring country and lose it. The second devil incited greed in Taras so that he could buy tons of goods, and then make them disappear by transforming all of the goods into water. The devil thought if they made all the brothers poor, the brothers would gather and fight against one another. The third devil made the field that Ivan was plowing as hard as rock, and even tried to break the plow, but could not stop Ivan from working tirelessly.
Oh gosh, it's so frustrating. Is it stuck to a ghost of someone who died after not being able to work? Let's see.
The third devil got angry and put Ivan's water bottle grass that would make him have a stomach ache.
That's strange. Why does my stomach hurt so much? In fact, it hurts more and more, but I have to plow the entire field by today in order to sow seed tomorrow. My stomach will probably get better as I keep on working. Who knows? If I work harder, maybe I will even forget about the stomach ache.
And Ivan would go on to work even harder.
You fool, how can you expect working hard to cure your stomach ache? You should rest if the field is too stiff. You should go back inside your house if your plow is broken. You don't realize that you should take medicine and rest if you're sick, do you? Are you really such a fool?
Wow. What is this? It's a devil. What happened till now was all you're doing.
The third devil got so mad and accidentally popped out, only to be caught by Ivan.
You're the one who disturbed my work and made me get a stomachache, right?
When Ivan tried to kill the devil by smashing it with a stone, the devil begged for mercy as hard as possible.
Oh no, please spare my life, Mr. Ivan. I'll give you 3 grass roots that cure any disease, so please don't kill me. Then I'll go into the ground and never appear again.
Really?
Said Ivan, and freed the third devil, who gave him 3 grass roots and quickly fled away in case Ivan changed his mind. Only 1 hole was left on the spot. Ivan ate one of the grass roots, and miraculously the stomachache was gone.
Wow, it's amazing. I should save the other 2 and eat them when my stomach hurts again.
And he put the 2 grass roots inside his bag and continued to work what was left. However, Ivan could not work comfortably. The first and second devil, who had put Simon and Taras through trouble, got to know about the third devil's failure and came to put Ivan into misery themselves. Ivan, who just kept working, was unbeatable. The first and second devils ruined several days' worth of crops, covering the field on which seeds of grass would grow thick and broke the farming equipment. But had to succumb to Ivan, who did not rest despite their obstruction. Eventually, the devils grew tired, and while they were taking a break, they failed to dodge Ivan's hoeing, and their tails got caught.
Mr. Ivan, please spare our lives. If you don't kill us, we'll tell you how to make soldiers out of bundles of thoughts.
The first devil begged for mercy.
Mr. Ivan, I'll tell you how to make a gold coins out of leaves. So please let us be.
The second devil begged for mercy as well. However, Ivan was disgusted with the devils and who kept bothering him.
No, I wouldn't be able to work if you appear again, so I'm going to push you.
Oh, please, Mr. Ivan. We won't appear again. Please don't kill us. Please take our gifts and forgive us.
Ivan, who was kind-hearted, decided to forgive the devils who were begging with tears. The first and second devils, after telling Ivan how to make soldiers out of bundles of oats and how to make gold coins out of leaves, quickly fled away in case Ivan changed his mind. Only 2 holes were left on the spot. having complained about their demeanor.
What did the devil give this gift for? Right, I will make the soldiers sing at the town party and give out the gold coins to the kids so that they can play with them.
Ivan became happy as he thought of what to do with the gifts, and he worked harder. Meanwhile, Simon and Taras, who had gone bankrupt after falling into the traps set by the devils, returned home with their wives. It was dinner time, and Millennia was preparing dinner for the family members. Ivan, who had been working all day in the field, came in. The wives of Simon and Taras grimaced at him.
What is this smell? Did he come back from manuring his field?
Said Simon's wife, and Taras' wife complained.
Gosh, I don't even want to have a meal with a deaf and dumb person, and now I have to endure the smell of poop. I can't have a meal with these people anymore.
Then Simon and Taras said as they grabbed their noses, Ivan, Millennia, our wives say that they won't have a meal with you. You're not going to sit and eat with us, right?
There's something about the smell, Ivan. My wife has a weak stomachache, and Melania, the food's on the table and you don't need to serve anymore, so why don't you just eat outside and come back afterward? Yeah, I was going to do that anyways. I need to put the chicken inside the hen house and take care of the dog food, and I wanted to show Melania how beautiful the star in the sky is. Great.
Ivan smiled, grabbed Millennia's hand, and went outside. However, the actions of the brothers and their wives were not enough for Millennia to understand what they said, but she could not hide the sadness in her face. Ivan said to Millennia, who was less scarred and not eating much,
It's okay, Melania. Our brothers and their wives don't realize what they are missing. How delicious bread is when you eat it as we look at the numerous stars and the beautiful night sky while sitting on this large carpet. Then nature has spread. Cheer up and look at what I brought. This is grass that heals anything, and my stomachache disappear after eating it. You will feel better if you eat it.
Ivan gave Millennia one grass root that he got from the devil. Millennia silently ate the grass root because she was so grateful to Ivan, who tried to console her. But guess what? As soon as Millennia ate it, she started to hear strange sounds, and her stuttering voice came out as well. Millennia, filled with joy, hugged Ivan to spin around and scream at the top of her lungs. Ivan was extremely glad to see Millennia being happy, and he wanted to help his brothers as well. So he created soldiers out of bundles of oats and gold coins out of leaves to give to his brothers. The brothers were extremely delighted, and each went on to build their own countries. At one point, it occurred to Millennia, who was now able to talk and hear as well thanks to Ivan, a rumor that was going around in town, that the only princess of the country was sick. Rumor had it that the king, who loved the princess so much, he would grant the person that cured the princess any wish, and would allow that person to marry the princess. Ivan heard the story from Millennia and decided to cure the princess with the last grass fruit that was left. Millennia decided to go with him. Ivan and Millennia arrived at the palace, hurriedly cured the princess. The king was very fond of Ivan, who was simple, honest, and did not make any wish. He happily married his daughter to Ivan. Millennia, thanks to Ivan, who was now the son-in-law of the king, naturally followed him to the palace and got to live there. Shortly after the king died, Ivan rose to the throne. The only thing that Ivan knew was how to farm, so he took off the fancy clothes of the king and started to do farming. In fact, the queen didn't dislike that side of Ivan. She changed to worn-out clothes and started to farm with Ivan. The people, along with their diligent king and queen, also worked hard and lived prosperously while helping each other out. Meanwhile, the devil sought out to his subordinates, who had not returned. The devil noticed that 3 holes on Ivan's field and realized that the subordinates had fled underground after failing. On top of that, it was heard that the story of that Ivan and his brothers were living prosperously as kings, and became extremely mad. The old devil disguised itself as a brilliant general and sought out to Simon, the first brother.
Mighty king, I am a soldier who has fought and won against several countries. If you, my king, grant me new weapons and numerous soldiers, I will expand your country's territory tenfold. Said the devil, as it
Sweet talk to Simon. However,
What do you mean? Are you saying that you're better at war than I am? I am better. I don't need a soldier who shows off himself. So leave my country immediately.
And the devil was kicked out by a furious Simon. Simon despised the general who was smarter than him. That's why he hated the devil who was showing himself off. The devil had no choice but to change itself into a rich merchant and go to Taras' country. King Taras, and go to Taras' country.
King Taras, you're a genius in business matters who turns anything you touch into gold. I will buy anything that is made in your country, so just make a price. All of this treasure is yours.
The devil, as it lied down its face, pushed forward in front of Taras a box that contained shiny golden jewels. It was determined not to brag this time, but unfortunately this time it leaned forward too much and its tail, which was hidden under the pants, was exposed.
Oh my god, it's the devil. You tricked me last time and ruined my life, but it's good that you appear. I won't miss you this time.
The devil, whose identity was exposed all of a sudden, was chased by Taras' soldiers and barely managed to escape to Ivan's country. The old soldier failed twice but sought out Ivan, determined that it would succeed this time in ruining his life.
My king, this country only has farmers and no soldiers to protect the country in case of an invasion from a hostile country. Therefore, I suggest converting half of the population into soldiers in order to protect the country,
Said the old devil, which was now disguised itself as a brilliant general. And Ivan said,
You have a point. Then do as you please. However, the people themselves have to be willing to become soldiers. In other words, you must not force them into becoming soldiers. Each person should do what he or she likes.
And he accepted the devil's proposal. However, no matter how hard the devil tried to persuade the people, there was not a single person that wanted to become a soldier. It told them that the soldier would be receiving salaries and even a house, but they said that they were too busy working, and when the devil tried browstreaming them into becoming soldiers to protect the country in case of an enemy's invasion, they were rather ridiculed by the people. They claimed that people could live together in a large land, and therefore there was no point in guarding it. They would just laugh at the devil. The devil became mad and goaded. The neighboring countries came into invading Ivan's country.
Well, give you whatever you need, but why are you hurting people and destroying their houses?
Ivan's people lamented. The neighboring country's soldiers saw the pure-hearted people of Ivan's country and lost the will to fight. They abandoned their weapons and left one by one. The old devil, who still could not give up disguised itself as a rich merchant, and told Ivan's people that it would change anything into expensive gold coins. However, Ivan's people contended that they could just trade goods with one another, and that gold coins were merely shiny and had no practical usage, thus useless. At first, people out of curiosity gave coins to children so they could play with them, but later nobody wanted the devil to exchange goods for the coins. The devil could not even buy food with the gold coins. It was starving and went to Ivan to ask for help. Ivan did not know that the merchant was the devil, and he could not let the merchant starve to death. So he ordered the people to take turns each day to give the merchant food that was left over. One day it was Melania's turn to bring the food to the devil. Melania noticed at first sight that the merchant was the devil. Ivan, who was merely kind-hearted, would not have noticed it, but Melania was smart and recalled Ivan's story about the devil. The story about the devil did not work, but only used cheap tricks.
You lazy bones, it is the only person without a callus on your plan.
She shouted, and grabbed the devil by the ear to throw it to the ground. The old devil no longer thought that it could beat Ivan and his people, and escaped underground while leaving a hole. Melania helped his kind brother and the kind queen, and lived happily ever after with the people of the country.